whatever order for that backup role, or as I mean, you said Kelly was the guy.
We haven't really made a pecking order right now. All I'm saying is that Kelly he's right in the mix, and he's competing his tail off with all of them. He's competing every single day, and I've been real pleased with Cole the last couple of days. Morgan Roberts is a guy that I think has a ton of upside, and he didn't have a great day today, but he's had some very good days in fall camp. And the thing I like about Morgan is when he doesn't have a good day, he usually comes back the next day and makes up for it, because that's who he is. He is, in my opinion, a great competitor, and I think we've got a lot of competitors at that position, and that's what you want. I think they're not afraid to fail. They're not afraid to compete. And I think all of them have a chance to be good leaders. So it's a good, healthy situation. Right now, we just keep their feet to the fire and keep challenging them, and hopefully it'll separate, and then we'll have a little pecking order.
This is a situation with Chad where if you did decide to play him and not use the red shirt, he'd get a package in each game, like Chad has said. Have you guys talked about that at all?
A little bit, but not a whole lot. But I mean, I think the biggest thing there is if you're playing a guy who's already been redshirted, your mentality's a little different. But when you got a guy, if you're going to play a guy who hasn't been redshirted, you don't want to just burn a year for just a few snaps. So you want to try to make sure that you create opportunities to get him as much time as you possibly can. And, we'd like to redshirt him. That's what we'd like to do. That'd be the ideal situation. We've told him to come to play and to come compete every day, and then we'll see how it all plays out. And that's kind of where we are. But it's not something we got to make a decision on right now.
I guess a little over 2 weeks ago now for the opener, how's Tyler Shatley fit in right guard?
Shatley will be ready. He'll be ready to roll. I have all the confidence in the world in him. That's one guy that I'm fully confident we can win with.
Tell me just what it is that each of those backup quarterbacks, Stout, Roberts, Kelly, what each of them kind of brings to the table that's a little bit different from the others.
Well, I think Morgan and Chad have probably a lot more similarities than differences. Both of them got big arms. Both of them love to run the ball, and when they run it with a nastiness to them. So they're probably more similar in that regard. All of them got size. They're nice size guys, and Cole is the bigger one of the bunch from a height standpoint. Throws the ball very, very well. Throws the deep ball well. Probably not. He's a good runner. Probably not quite as aggressive a runner as those other two, but and then Taj. Taj can really do it all. The thing that I want to see Taj do, I want to see him make more plays with his legs this year, like we saw, in spurts. I want to see him consistently, make more plays with his legs and take those opportunities when they present themselves. I mean, because listen, that's part of playing the position. It's not always going to be perfect. It just ain't. The quarterback ain't always perfect. He don't always make the right throw. He don't always make the right read or whatever. And sometimes the back's going to miss a guy or get whipped, or that left tackle's going to get beat. And, part of being a great quarterback is making things happen when maybe there's not a whole lot there. And that counts not just your arm, that's your legs too. And so I'd like to see Taj be a little more aggressive from that standpoint. And because when he does that, he has the ability to make a lot of big plays. He's a handful to tackle, and so that's something that I want to continue to see him do.
Is that more through his decision making, or just getting his body to basically being more fit?
Oh no, that's just decision making. That's just coming to run on bootlegs and things like that, and run first mentality as opposed to always feeling like you got to throw it. It's first down. It's a control pass, and maybe that comeback is you might can fit it in there, but hey, let's run for 7 yards and let's make it 2nd and 3. Having good presence in the pocket, stepping up, finding the rush lane that's open and take it, and just keep the ball moving forward. Just taking advantage of those opportunities a little bit more.
Tell me why is it every time we hear you or Chad, you mention the name Stanton Secor? What's he doing that's?
Well, he's. I have not mentioned him today. But thanks for bringing him up. He's just a good football player. You know, he's a guy that we really think he's nowhere near what he's going to be. I mean, but he just has a lot of promise. I mean, he's a long kid that's got a lot of toughness. Football's important to him. Winning's important to him. He's not anywhere near what he's going to be 4 years from now. He's got 4 years, but he's a little bit of a matchup problem because you can use him in the running game because he has that toughness. He's not quite as big as we want him to be. He'll get there. A lot like Brandon Ford. He's bigger than Brandon Ford was, and he's tougher as a true freshman or redshirt freshman. But he's got excellent ball skills, and he can run. I mean, he can really run. He's a very athletic player. So he's just one of those guys that we think brings a nice package to our system and gives us some flexibility with how we roll some of those guys in there. And he's a guy we like. That's why you hear us talk about him. He makes plays and shows up. He's not perfect, and he's not even close to the kind of player he's going to be, but we think he's a guy who can make plays when given the opportunities and can be a very reliable, effective guy for us in certain situations this year.
I got two other